5-minute game called by Liz. All right, let's find out if Team Aster have what it takes to make it a 25-minute affair, or if Team Bright will bring us some surprises here in this first and opening game of the series. For Team Bright, they need to win this. Right now, it's a very outside shot for them to get to the major anyway. However, losing this series would pretty much guarantee that not only do you not go to the major, start having to worry about relegation. So, and this opening smoke is not going to find anything for them just yet, but maybe they just get some vision off the back of this.
Yeah, I'd really like to see them at least take a game off faster, right? Like, these are all capable players. They've been around for a bit. Like Irving, Phoenix, Sundyne. I have seen them. Imitator and Heat, I actually haven't seen. Where did Imitator play before? Do you know?
Imitator, there was a team, not on Team Bright, there was a team I was on last season and the season before that. He's been like sort of just around in these tier 2 stacks. I believe the first time he started playing in DPC was 2 seasons ago on CDEC.
Okay.
Not on CDC, on one of the other teams around.
Yeah, I do remember
him
now. I do remember him now. But TB, I don't. TB was... Where was he? Was he around? Is he new?
Yeah, he changed his name. He used to be known as Once. He was on that same CDC team with the one Shangye.
Okay, yeah. If he changed his nickname, I'm gonna blame it on that. I see.
But he also used to be known as Ushio, I believe. You might know him as that as well.
I'm sure B-Cop does. Like, if he was around, he'd be like, oh, yeah, this is the guy that 5 years ago in Division 3 of Chinese DPC, he played as support. You know?
B-Cop is the only person on planet Earth who's a bigger China Dota fiend than I am.
Right, he's just a different bookie.
Shout out B-Cop, wherever you're at right now. We miss you, buddy. Come back to China. So which lane are we going to be having our first blood? You put me under the bus in the previous series, so now it's your turn here. Where should we be looking towards, Liz? Where's the action going to break out first in this game?
I would go the same way that you went with and say top lane. I think that's what's going to happen.
Interestingly enough, looking at this top lane, look at this. Look who's here. Sumail is here on this Keeper of the Light. And you know, I know I said I want Earth Spirit middle, but I'm not sure I wanted Earth Spirit middle so badly that it's like, well, Sumail, your support now, buddy. Baboka is just a better Earth Spirit player than you.
Dude, I literally didn't. I completely forgot. Like, I literally wasn't thinking about it up until now. And now I see it, yeah. So they are completely switching things up. That's why he was smiling so much. When they, because I was, okay, they picked Earth Spirit, right? And then he's smiling so much. I'm like, but there's no way he plays Earth Spirit mid. He's not an Earth Spirit player. So it has to be Kotl. Then he picks Kotl but goes off lane, like position 4. Okay, I see what they did. I see why he was having fun in the draft.
All right, we love to see it. Always love seeing players on new stuff, playing some new tech. Support Sumail. I mean, there's been games where he's been forced into a support position, but not necessarily like this. And then Baboka. This is going to be very intriguing to see Baboka play middle, because I don't think he's played mid in his pro career. But of course, he is, in China, he is the Earth Spirit. So if there's anybody that can make this work from the mid lane, it's going to be this guy.
Every position 4 player that spams Earth Spirit has played it mid multiple times, I'm sure. It's always, you get that one game where you're queuing up, you're mid, you don't know what to pick, you pick Earth Spirit. The hero does a lot when he gets an advantage. I think that has been the case since the talent changes to him. Just a 8% spell amp, then 120 rolling boulder. It's like you get a lot. Or the duration and damage on 15. As long as you're getting your levels fast enough, like, you're getting a lot out of core Earth Spirit. It's a different beast.
How are these lanes looking for Bright though? So far they're doing quite decently in the CS department. All 3 of their cores are in a decent place. None of them have experienced too much pressure. The kill lanes from Aster aren't that great. Like, I don't expect you to die towards Coddle Beastmaster. In fact, they're going to try to go onto Beastmaster. But nice blinding light from Sumail to buy space and time. But they can't do the opposite from the side of Team Aster. They can't necessarily make jumps down bottom either. So you just have to farm until Baboka is ready to move around the map?
Yeah, it feels that way, more or less. I thought that the top lane will be a little bit easier for Sumail and Beastmaster, but so far it isn't that simple. Like, Terrorblade is still uncontested, just free farming. But yeah, the bottom lane is definitely a super passive. Like, it's a Silencer Medusa lane. You don't expect him really to be making kills.
Farm. It's good news for Team Bright because they're getting quite a decent amount of CS. We're about to have the Vanguard soon for Irving, so once that arrives, he can start losing Imitator from bottom, send him towards mid, do the same thing that Baboka is doing with Sumail right now. I'm also concerned about how much farm this Magnus is getting. Like, Magnus with farm also feels like a genuinely terrifying hero right now.
Yeah, he definitely transposes into a true core. Right, you get that harpoon early on, some blink. Suddenly everyone is out of position. And we talked about Medusa. Medusa is a core, this game, a carry that is. So if you can isolate her and bring her back to your teammates, there are no big saves for her. There's global, I guess, that can be considered a big save. But besides that, Monet might be falling a couple of times if Magnus has a good game.
Farm. No kills today. Gonna be having just some solid lanes. I do kind of miss this. We don't see this all the time nowadays, where people aren't even bothering to like put aggression onto towers, not even hitting each other, Liz. They're just concerned with hitting creeps. Everyone's like full HP. Everyone has like magic sticks, some health regen items. So some good old-fashioned PvE Dota, man. You'll have to see it.
Yeah, because people are building vanguards on everything. Like, how are you gonna do much when that's the case? And Silencer down bottom is gonna make my prediction wrong, as he does fall first.
Here's the first blood, and they're about to get a kill at the very least onto this Rubik. So Baboka finds the counter kill onto Imitator, but they'll take it. Getting the first Silencer kill. Irving doesn't die during this either. Okay, first blood for Team Bright. You'll love to see it.
Yeah, and X actually going for a phylactery next. Interesting.
A phylactery. Okay. What do you think of phylactery on X in a game like this?
I have no clue. Like, it feels weird, right? I haven't seen X and build it before. I've seen different heroes such as Visage and stuff. I guess it's good. Like, you get more damage on Battle Hunger, right? When you cast it. Does it like work with Culling Blade? Is that maybe the case? Like, does the damage get... Is phylactery damage first and then Culling Blade damage? Because that might make your Culling Blade stronger, right? I mean...
It should, yeah. Definitely should.
You're gonna have a higher threshold of dunking, so that can come as a surprise.
Wait, question. Does the... I'm sure the damage for phylactery is normally applied first, right? So then the question is, does the Culling Blade calculation start after the phylactery damage, or does it take into account when the spell is initially cast? Because if it's when the spell is initially cast, then you don't technically get the bonus threshold. But if it's after, then you technically do. I don't know. We'll see if he goes phylactery. No witness.
That's pretty much what I was asking right now. What I'm thinking.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, as you're talking about, I'm like, actually, this is more complicated than I thought. Well, we'll witness it in this game once the build is finished off as well. Well, in the meantime, rather. We used to have a living Shadow Demon, but not happening anymore for Baboka. How's this game going on this Earth Spirit? After he gets Spirit Vessel, what are we building into for him?
He was a thief. He tried to snatch that Wisdom Rune, so he died because of it. When it comes to Baboka, I'm not sure. Like, he's going for Vessel afterwards. Maybe a Veil? It's something a bit different, but I don't see too many Earth Spirits at the moment being cores. I don't know if Veil is still an option. You can go for a Dagon. Just some damage, right? A BKB.
He might actually... Okay. Hear me out. Here's what he does, right? You buy Aghanim Scepter, right? You use it on Monet. So you force Monet into the fight, right? He does the damage on the Burst of the Remnant, and then he pops Stone Gaze, and you have a second fight.
Incredible. Just incredible. Yules is also an option, right? Like, getting that on top of Axe when he calls. Getting a Yules on your side would be pretty good, but Sumail can buy that on Kotal as well. Like, I'd like that. I'd like anything from Baboka as long as he's getting these items and connections, but he isn't right now. Like, he didn't really have... He had that one successful rotation, and that's it.
They were trying to connect onto this axe right now. Irving very wisely went back into the jungle, but he might still get caught out here. They have an observer ward scouting him out. They roll onto him. There's the magnetize. Blood grenade gets dropped down as well. And they have no way to cancel the TP, so he's just like, well, bye. Going back home.
Another one. Another missed kill on the Axe. Unfortunate for Boca because he's been playing this position forward spirit now. 43 CS on the mid lane versus 91 on Phoenix. Yep.
Damn.
I guess Sumail is taking over mid. That's what's happening.
They're like, all right, you're mid again, buddy. But Boca got what he needed. They might find a kill down bottom. They're going again here. They have a haste June this time around, but they still don't have the clearest vision of Irving. We'll see him now, but going on him is hard.
Yeah, what's crazy is I really thought this was an amazing mid lane Kotal game. I really think he could have done so much if they put him on the mid lane. But they decided not to. They decided to mess around a little bit. And because of that, the game will be that 25-minute mark that I called for. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. It might, but yeah, not as likely.
It would be really funny if Team Bright won in 25 minutes. Then we'd just be like, what the hell's going on, Lizard? Why are you lying to us, bro?
Yeah, then I'd say, yeah, that's exactly what I said. I just messed up the teammates. my bad, sorry. My bad.
Right now, Team Bright's in a very happy position. Heat, just farming away on the Terrorblade. Just gonna do normal old TB things. And you already outlined that TB was a potential option against the Medusa. It's not like it's a game of Terrorblade where he's just playing by his lonesome, right? Like you said in the draft, he has a Shadow Demon, not just to save him, but to also increase the damage outlay in the midst of these fights.
Yeah, he has Empower as well to work with later on. So, a lot of things that are beneficial to the Terrorblade in this game. He didn't lose the tier 1 tower yet, 10 minutes in, like they're holding on strong. Magnus farming up. The rotations from the Earth Spirits just did not connect, and we have 2 kills 11 minutes in. Like, this is crazy. We needed more.
PvE Dota, man, I'm telling you. We might have some more kills now as Boca and them, they're smoked up again. We'll find Imitator, kick him back on the Rubik, but I'm not sure they get this kill. Nice little telekinesis from the Rubik as they bring down Piggy. Irving has made his presence known, but no Blink Dagger just yet. They're looking for Sumail. They find him with the Demonic Purge, halt his possession, and kill him off. All right, 2 quick kills for Team Bright, and you were mentioning that they still protect their tier 1 tower. With a fight like that, they continue to protect it and make sure they have more map control than they could have hoped for at this stage of the game.
Yeah, like, not shocked, really, considering the switch-ups coming from Team Aster. Like, the Earth Spirit mid lane is a kind of a hero that you just need the rotations to work, and none of his rotations worked. I think he has fallen behind quite heavily. Doesn't have that vessel to buff up his damage output in these fights, and basically Sumail is going to start just farming mid because, never mind, guys. Can we take that back? Can we rewind the tape a little bit?
Well, can we have 2 laning phases? Let's go. We'll see if they can recover from this position, but even with his itemization, Sumail is actually legit playing support. He's D1ing middle, he's queued up a Pavis. So, genuinely support Cuddle from the king himself. In the top lane, do they at least get the tier 1 tower? So they are starting to open up the map a little bit, even if they aren't getting the connections they need so far.
I love that he's also carrying a tier 1 token on Kotal. Unless that's some sort of a bug, he didn't really get a neutral item yet. He's just chilling. It's a support thing, As a support, you forget about these things. You have boards, you have... You see, actually, support is harder to play. Even such a prominent player such as Sumail forgets about the token. Too much on his mind.
Actually, not they're doing. They're telling him, listen, buddy, if you're going to play support, you have to really embody support. Pretend you haven't even found a token. Play the game super hard, bro. They smoke up now. Boca with his 2 supports behind him. Dire Scan connects perfectly. 100% flush. They know exactly what's coming. Irving can begin to back himself off, so he's not going to get caught out by this. And they've already lost the observer ward that they had on the high ground. So even these TB illusions are safe to keep farming. So that's, how many is this now, Liz, that they've messed, they've not been able to connect with Earth Spirit? It's like the 5th time or 4th time, something like that?
Yeah, maybe they will connect onto... No, I don't think so. By the time they get here, they're gone.
You might be able to steal the Wisdom Rune, maybe.
Okay, Baboka definitely waiting for that, but there are rotations. Look at this. All
And they have
in.
Blink Dagger on Magnus. They know he's here. They've got the vision. Blink Mag. Is he going to come in with the RP? They really want the Wisdom Rune. It got stolen by Sumail. RP did connect onto Baboka. Global Silence will be there from Team Aster, but will it be able to bail Baboka out of danger? No, it will not. He dies in the trees during a TP attempt. And yes, they took away the Wisdom Rune, but at what cost, Lizard? At what cost?
At what cost, Snare? What was the cost? The grand cost of Baboka's Earth Spirit shambling under the weight of his own stones as he is crumbled down by battle hunger and RP. Epic. Always, whenever someone asks me, at what cost? I'm like, well, what cost? What was the cost? What the hell? Chill out. But yeah, they do take down the Earth Spirit once again. Like, it's a huge cost because this is a snowbally kind of a hero coming from the mid lane, right? So, yeah, every time these connections do not work out for him, it feels pretty damn bad. I'm serious now. Relocate Keeper of the Light from position 4 into position 2 once again. Let this man have some farm. But it's too late. It's truly too late, yeah.
Baboka is playing mid today. That's what's happening. Maybe he lost a bet, right? There was a bet between Sumail and Baboka. One of us is going to play mid. We don't know what's up. I'm going to maybe see a fight here. They know that there's no RP, so it's easier for them as they jump forward onto Irving, kick him back towards the tier 1 tower. The Primal Roll will be there, but they still haven't found the kill. He's alive, saved by Undyne. There will be a stolen Primal Roll going in by Imitator as he's just trying to get out of this fight. Rubik will die. The Rolling Boulder connects onto Irving, and they bring him down as well. So that's 2 pickups for Team Aster here, and Team Bright has to beat a hasty retreat middle. Finally worked out for them.
Finally.
At long last.
Finally a good rotation. It was truly a rotation. It was a full team effort, right? And perhaps that's what they needed. They just needed to stack up as 5 and utilize the Medusa's strengths as well. Medusa, by the way, Manta straight into the butterfly. I do like the build.
Love it. I mean, nobody wants to buy MKB on the other side, right? Terrorblade, when you eventually buy up MKB, you never feel good about it. Love this build from her. And there's not that much magic damage either on the side of Team Bright to threaten her so that she feels she has to go stats first. So for the side of Team Bright, we need to... What do you want to see them do next year?
Yeah,
now that they have the RP back online, should they try something?
The Harpoon RP, the Harpy. They can... Don't laugh. That wasn't funny. Are you a dad?
That was pretty funny.
Are you
that
liking my dad's jokes now as well? Like
Harpy. That's pretty good.
You just like me way too much. You know, that's the case.
That's true too.
It's like liking going on a date and she laughs at you and you're like, am I funny or do you, that was a bad joke? You like me way too much. Anyway, he did complete the Harpoon, and now they're gonna have the Harpoon together with the RP, so they can go and make some plays. I really think so far, Team Bright, everything is all okay for them. They just need to make the right moves now, and the right move would be to defend that rush. They shouldn't let this go for free, and it feels like they will.
They don't know what's happening. Or at the very least, by the time they realize it's happening, it's going to be too late for them to reply. They're at least trying to get the tier 1 tower middle, but they've lost their Aegis now. And let's see if Team Aster can also force a fight middle. Mid lane, Undyne, Tumblr's toy forward, and actually missed the real disruption. Only caught one of the Medusa illusions. So Monet gets to survive. Primal Roll does connect onto Phoenix, but it doesn't stop the skewer. He does manage to get onto the low ground. The RP, though, that's going to create more problems for the Magnus. His escape will be stopped by the Stone Gaze and the Rolling Boulder, and his life will be forfeit. Mag down, Team Bright retreat.
Yeah, he tried tipping away, but in the end didn't manage to. I think Magnus in the last game that we watched had a similar issue, and that's actually using his spells after going in. It's a big problem, and he does need a BKB as soon as possible versus the Silencer. Or they can fight right now when the global is off.
No.
Dying.
Wow, Shield Rune is a good item, dude.
Yep. Manages to get away.
Okay, Undyne survives that engagement, but after that fight, things have sort of turned now. Yes, Baboka's still not doing that well, but look at the net worth distribution. You've mentioned Monet and how well he's doing, but another hero you've spoken about before is how these Beastmasters continue to just find pole position net worth every single game. He was at the top of the charts until like a second ago. And with these Drums of Slum, really difficult to kill as well on XXX.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of farm. Next up, Halberd. Like Halberd into a TB, it's good because of the evasion as well, but like you get to disable one of his illusions or him, not every, right? So it's not like it doesn't have as much value as, let's say, versus a Windrunner or a hero such as that one. But look at Bright, another smoke coming up. They're not really. They're just baiting, I guess, on Terrorblade because they do have a reset tool, and there's still no global for 20 seconds. You could get a good fight here if you could get some vision on the Beastmaster. They don't have any.
Let's see what happens here. Yeah, they're too scared for the fight, man.
Okay, Arcane Rune now. Baboka on the hill.
He's got vision, he rolls down, he finds the Terrorblade first and foremost. Magnetize will come out, but they don't have the full damage just yet. Global Silence will now get popped as Sumail. He's been forced into the fight. Instead, they want to try and isolate Irving here, getting the damage out onto this Axe and the Magnus. Phoenix, he'll be the first one to die. Irving might chasing him into the grave. They've already removed Imitator, and Irving can't escape either. Undyne. Can he escape away from XXX? The Axes won't catch him as the disruption came first. Tumbler's Toy will ensure that he stays alive, but here's the rolling boulder. Baboka really wants this chase. Will be able to get the Spirit Vessel out on top of him, and he's trying to juke, but the jukes will not be good enough as he ends up dead.
Yeah, look at the bright side. Look at the bright side. Snare, at least TB is alive, running away with the tail between his legs, but at least he's still alive. You can see the Aster. They're just a little bit, then not a little bit. They're more experienced, you know. They're holding the high ground there. They're expecting the smoke coming from TB. And that smoke, if it connected maybe 10-15 seconds earlier when there was no global, the fight is completely different. But they couldn't find the right angle to go on to high ground fast enough. And if you can't find the right angle, if you're worried about the way you're initiating, it's just giving more info to Aster. Like no one was anywhere on the map for 30 seconds. You know they're smoking. Baboka goes on the cliff, and yeah, fight is way too hard.
Well, the next fight might also be difficult as Baboka, he doesn't have to wait that long for his ultimate. Magnetize back online, and they want to try and expend it towards this mid lane. They have vision of the offlaner and the mid. They know where they're at, but here we get a nice little harpoon skewer play, but the Baboka, he gets saved by Sumail. Beautiful blinding light. Make sure the RP misses him and XXX completely. And now Baboka's going to jump it deeper into the fight. They've already taken down this Magnus. Undyne falling so low. Spirit Vessel with some right-click damage ensures that he dies off as well.
Dude,
as two heroes. That right now was sick, dude.
That was, yeah. That's really good. Just preventing the skewer, the RP properly from connecting. And they smoked up. Like you can see how decisive they were with the smoke up. And they put XXX as a sort of a bait. A hero that naturally tends to farm alone anyway. Really nicely. Baboka
finds a kick back onto Irving, and Irving is definitely going to die here.
I mean, it looks like I might be right in the end.
You're actually still very much on track for this 25 minutes. As Team Bright really struggling to deal with Team Aster, and now the disruption onto Manta Illusions. Monet still not gonna let the real hero get disrupted. I don't think we've seen the real Medusa disrupted all game.
Yeah, did you see the dodge as well? He actually Manta dodged disruption.
Yeah, it's the second time he did it. He did it earlier as well. Global Silence comes out now. Heat.
No. Before the illusion got disrupted, it's the same thing here. But this time around, the Shadow Demon comes up close. He uses disruption, but he Manta so quickly that he doesn't even catch anyone. And then he
I
dies
see.
because of it. Yeah. The last time, I believe the illusions were already there, so he just came up to and disrupted them. But yeah, like, nice push. They get the first side 23 minutes in. And nothing really stopping them from doing the same thing over again. Just a pick-off or two and make things safer.
Octarine core for Boboka on his mid-earth spirit. Doing really, really well here in this game. And there was a period of time where he wasn't really able to connect with a lot of these movements. I mean, he spent like 8 minutes moving around the map, staying on 1-0-0, getting nothing done, but not the case anymore, Liz. His impact in these fights is certainly being felt right now.
Yeah. What they're missing really is a BKB on Magnus, and he's still quite far away from it. 1400 gold. He really needs to get it. But he needs to get it before the next major objective is pushed. And if you're Aster, you don't have to wait for anything like maybe global that's up in 25, but you can also just start pushing high ground.
Yep. We also have this Octarine that Boboka got for himself on the Earth Spirit. 9th fastest of all time on the hero.
The smoke.
And they smoke. I'm not sure about that smoke, boys. They know where you're at. We know what's happening. We know how this fight's gonna start. Now they can post through the twin gate or the defender gate. I don't think you can.
Gate, yeah. You probably can't, right? Boboka is there, though.
The spells that can take you through, you have to be invulnerable. So stuff like Waveform, Time Walk. If you're invulnerable, you can get through it. But I think you can still be targeted during rolling boulder. So I don't think you're invulnerable.
Yeah, of course, you can be fissured and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Ooh, no.
There we go. That leads me to a question, Liz. What do you think? You know the Astral Imprisonment, the one that allows the allies to walk around? Do you think that could get you through twin gates or the defender gates?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
I think so.
Right?
I think so. I'll test it, but I think so, yeah.
Well, second lane of racks taken away. Team Bright did not mount anything even resembling a defense. And the scary part about it is that Team Aster did this without an Aegis or anything like that. They just feel strong enough. Imitator. His smoke does pop, so Boboka knows where he's at. But can they start this fight? Irving still doesn't have Blink Dagger here, fam. 26 minutes into the game, this Axe just cannot initiate. Now the Global Silence did start this fight. XXX and the boy is going deeper in the engagement. Lots of damage going on to Boboka. Primal Roar there, though, onto Undyne, and Undyne is dead. Stone Gaze stalling up some heroes, stolen away by Imitator. It allows his team to escape a little bit, and they finally bring down Boboka. He does buy back, though. They TP out on the Magnus at the same time. Heat dies, though. He's not allowed to escape this fight. Monet's damage is too much. And they just call it. He doesn't have buyback. He doesn't have options. So GG, well played, is called. Team Aster, too good.
All the tips on Sumail position 4. Keeper of the Light.